Hi friends, Miss Becca again with your next Pick a Better Snack lesson. It's very good to see you. So last month we tried something out of our fruit food group. Does anyone remember what that family of fruit was? Juicy, kind of sour, kind of sweet? Yeah, that was our citrus fruit. Raise your hand if you got to try a citrus fruit since I last saw you. Maybe a lemon or a lime or an orange or a grapefruit. Very cool, very cool. So today we're going to learn about something that's in actually this food group, the protein food group, but it comes from a plant. We're going to be learning about something that is called a bean. And beans are in the protein food group because they give us a lot of protein, which is good for our muscles. Exactly. But you also might think of them as a fruit because they are the seed part of a plant. And we know that seeds are inside the fruit. So yeah, exactly. So they're in the fruit and we're gonna take just the seed part of the bean. So we're not talking about a green bean. We're talking about just what's inside the pod. So beans grow on bushes and they grow in a little pod just like that. And inside the pod, if you open it up, are little seeds that could grow us a new bean plant, or we can dry them and we can eat them. So the kind of beans that Miss Becca has at her house are black beans, little black beans. We love to have these in burritos or tacos or quesadillas or chili. I also have this bean, which is so beautiful. Look, it's speckled tan and red. This is called King of the Early. They're a little bit bigger. Yeah, those are delicious too. I also have two different kinds of beans or legumes, which is another name for beans, in here. So these green ones are lentils, and the ones that are kind of lighter color, those are called field peas. So those are dried peas that you can use just like any other beans. You could use them in a soup or you could cook them and mash them. So those are what I have at my house, but there's so many different kinds of beans in the world. There are pinto beans. There are kidney beans, which are those dark reddish maroon ones. There are black-eyed peas, and there's split peas and yellow lentils and red lentils and so many different other kinds of beans too. One of the kind of beans that you might find in your house is called a chickpea, and it has another name. Its other name is called a garbanzo bean. So chickpeas are the same thing as garbanzo beans, and they're called chickpeas because they kind of look like a baby chick. What do you think? Yeah. So we're going to talk about, and maybe in your classroom try, chickpeas. And there's lots of different ways you could have chickpeas. They could be in a can. They could be soft in a can. They could be roasted and crunchy. They could be hard, not yet cooked, so dried chickpeas. You can also mash them up and make them into a vegetarian burger type thing. You could put them in a soup, and a lot of people like to put them on salads or blend them up and make them into something called hummus, which you might have had with crackers or carrots. So there's lots of different ways to eat chickpeas, and we are going to maybe try one of those in class today. I want to go to our scientists to learn about why chickpeas and other beans and legumes are so good for our bodies. Let's see what they have to say.
Oh, welcome to my laboratory. I heard today we're talking about beans. Let me calm my tornado down.
Oh, beans! One of my favorites. Let's see what's inside these things.
Let me see. Wow, there's a lot of good stuff in here we haven't seen before. Let's check it out.
There's protein. Chickpeas have a ton of protein that keeps our muscles strong, and potassium to help our muscles feel good. Whoa, iron and folate. These minerals help us grow and develop. Oh my gosh, I see another thing. Zinc. This will make our immune system strong. And there's our old friend fiber, which makes our bellies feel good and gives us lots of energy. These are amazing. The word of the day is sprout. A seed sprouts when it begins to grow into a plant. Today we're going to sprout a seed. First, we're going to take a little bit of cotton and spread it out. We're gonna put the seed inside, fold it over, maybe add a little water. Then we're gonna put it all inside of a plastic bag. All right, now let's put it in the window and give it some warmth. Once it's in the window, it should only take about a week to start to sprout. Let's take a look.
Oh my gosh, there is so much awesome stuff inside beans. They're so good for us. That's amazing. So now that we know they're really good for our muscles, what else is really good for our muscles? That's right, getting some exercise. So it is time for our Jammin' Minute. Here's what we have today. I want you to show me 4 different kinds of beans that you can mimic with your body. So the first kind is a jelly bean. What could a jelly bean look like? Exactly. What could a chili bean look like? Maybe in a spicy chili stew. Yeah, really hot, like pretend the floor is lava. What about a jumping bean? Exactly, jumping up and down. What about a runner bean? Oh, run your fastest, run your fastest. What about a frozen bean? When I say frozen bean, everybody stop. Okay, ready? I'm gonna say them all in mixed up order, and whichever one I say, you do with your bodies. Until I say freeze, and then you freeze. All right, ready? Runner bean. Jelly bean. Chili bean. Jumpin' bean. Freeze! Chili bean. Freeze! Jumpin' bean. Chili bean. Freeze! And jelly bean back to your seat. So we do have a field trip to go on today. We have a lot of stuff to do. And we are going to go on a field trip together to a place called Good Shepherd Food Bank. And Good Shepherd Food Bank is one of the places where your food could come from. So some of us might grow food at home. Some of us might get food at a farmer's market. Some of us might get food from a food bank or a soup kitchen or a food pantry. And some of us might get food at the grocery store, or maybe we get food from all of those different places. So if you get food at a food pantry or a food bank, it probably starts at Good Shepherd Food Bank. So we're gonna go take a look at what kind of food they have, how it works, how they get to the food to us, and what's so cool about them. So grab your stuff. Let's go to Good Shepherd Food Bank and talk to Courtney.
Hey friends, it's Courtney Kennedy and I work at Good Shepherd Food Bank and I cannot wait to show you around our warehouse and our operations today. So welcome! Here we are in the warehouse at Good Shepherd Food Bank. People get their food at a lot of different places. Maybe they get it at the grocery store, maybe they get it from friends, or maybe they get it from a local food pantry. So if you're getting food from any of those places, it's gonna start in a place like this. Here at Good Shepherd Food Bank, we help to supply food pantries. Good Shepherd Food Bank is about making sure that everybody in the state has enough food to keep their bellies full. And one of the things that we really prioritize is making sure that everybody has nutritious food. So making sure that people have things that are good and yummy, but also that are healthy for them, to make sure that one, that you are a good learner in school, so you have wonderful food to fuel not only your bellies, but also your minds. So take a walk with me and let's take a look at what kind of food we have. We have things like soup, we have things like more soup, oh my goodness, soup, it's soup season. We have canned vegetables, we have things like chili or applesauce as well. And you know what, come follow me, come over here, I wanna show you. I wanna show you this. We have beans, lots of beans too. Beans are really good for you. They're high in protein. They're really good to make muscles and to keep you full long. So think about ways that you can use these beans in your meal. Oh my gosh, look how big this is. We have so much storage here. It's the equivalent of 7 football fields worth of storage. Look up, it goes up into the rafters. And down, not only do we have dry storage, which is what you see here, which is stuff that doesn't have to be refrigerated, but let's go for a walk into the coolers and take a look there. Know that not only do we have this wonderful dry storage, but we also have cold storage here at Good Shepherd Food Bank. We have 3 specialized coolers that help to keep our produce, so our fruits and vegetables, cold at different temperatures. So come with me. I think we're gonna see a friend that you may know down here. These coolers keep things like potatoes, and because they like to be at a different temperature than apples. Oh my gosh, Becca, it's Becca. Hi, Becca. Do you want to pull that handle, Becca?
Yeah,
Let's go inside.
everybody put on your jackets. It is pretty
cold.
Let's see if I can reach it. Oh,
Oh,
barely.
you got it?
Whoa!
Oh no, she broke it. It's okay.
I
Come
broke
on.
it.
She broke the handle. Come on in here. Come on in here.
That's all right.
So we have a wonderful program here called Mainers Feeding Mainers, which helps to keep Maine food right here in our state. So come check out some of this wonderful product. And yes, it's cold in here. We have these great apples that you might see in your schools as snacks. And check this out. Does anybody know what this is? This is called an acorn squash. Oh my gosh, it's so yummy. Check this out. It's called acorn squash because it looks just like an acorn, doesn't it? Maybe a little different color. But we also have things like rutabaga. A rutabaga is a root vegetable. Oh, so yummy. And usually they wax those. Here are some beets, yum yum, as well as some onions. So this cooler specifically has a lot of root vegetables, things that grow under the surface. So take a look. Oh my gosh, some asparagus, not a root vegetable, but super yummy. Some asparagus. Oh my goodness. Wait, these are sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes. They're full of vitamin C and lots of really good fiber for us. And you know what? They're very naturally sweet, so they're super yummy and tasty. This is a pallet that's gonna go out to one of the places that we distribute food. And so David over there, we saw it in the cooler, David brought it over here, and now he's gonna wrap it. Look at this neat machine, see? It's wrapping the plastic all the way around it. It's gonna go all the way around that to keep the food on the pallet so it doesn't fall over when we take it to the places that we need it to go. Here we are. This is a ginormous freezer. So what do we keep in here? We keep things like frozen meat, frozen foods and meals. Come take a look at this thermometer. It's -5 degrees. -5. Can you believe that? That is so cold.
All right, we're ready to go in. Get your gloves on, your hat.
Are you ready? It's really
Let's
cold,
do it.
guys. It's really cold. Hold on. We're here with Dan Dubois. Dan does all of the driver logistics and all of the trucking. So we have all of this food in the warehouse. Now we have to get it out to all of our partners. Dan, how many big tractor trailer trucks do we have?
We have 5 tractors and trailers, and we have 2 box trucks, and we have a special truck that we unload out of the sides, which is a beverage body truck that we do deliveries into rural communities.
Awesome, thank you so much. So isn't that cool? Not only do we have the food here, but we gotta get it out all across the state. And this guy right here, he's the guy that makes all of the food move to those places, which is a very, very big job. So Dan the man right here. So here I am standing in front of the board, the whiteboard that shows exactly where the food is going to go and which truck and driver is going to do that. So the first truck is going out at 5:30 a.m. Who wakes up at 5:30 a.m.? But that truck goes out. The next truck goes out 5:30 a.m. It's going up to Hamden, and that's our truck driver, Matt. Let's go check out those trucks.
All right, so this is the inside of what a tractor looks like. If you look over on this side, these are your 2 brakes. This brake right here is your regular parking brake, and once this is pushed in, it'll allow the tractor to move forward, as well as these are the brakes, the air brakes that apply to the back trailer. So you need to push both of those in, and you're able to move the tractor forward.
Buckle up, Miss Becca. We're going for a ride. That was so much fun. I love hanging out with Courtney. She is a blast. And that was so cool how much food they have and how many things they have to think about to make sure the food gets to the right places so that we can eat it. It's so awesome. It's so awesome. So now we are at our taste test for the day. So you might be in a classroom that's trying chickpeas out of a can. You might be in a classroom that is trying roasted chickpeas that are going to be crunchier. But the thing about chickpeas and about beans in general is that we have to cook them in one way or another before we eat them. So if we just take a dried bean and eat it, it could break our teeth. They're so hard like rocks. So we have to cook them. So canned chickpeas are boiled and then they're canned, so they're going to be nice and soft. And roasted chickpeas are cooked in the oven, so they get really crunchy and crispy. So you might be trying one or the other. If you aren't trying in the classroom today, maybe see at home, ask someone at home if you have any beans in your house. Maybe there's something that you could help prepare a meal with. You might have black beans, you might have kidney beans, you might have chickpeas, or maybe you have hummus in your house, which is made from chickpeas. So see if you have one of those things. When you try whatever you decide to try, make sure you use all 5 of your senses and discover what's going on. Look at the bean. All these beans look so different and beautiful. And then give it a try. And remember that if this is your first time trying a bean, or specifically a chickpea, let's be open to new ideas, because everything we do, we had to do for the first time once, right? Do you remember making your first friend at school? Yeah. Maybe it was kind of scary, but then we have this awesome new friend. So trying new things can be the best thing, because chickpeas might be your favorite food in the world, but you never know until you try. And maybe you'll learn a little bit more about trying new foods and seeing what your friends are eating. Maybe they eat different things from you in the book called The Sandwich Swap that I've included. Enjoy your chickpeas. I had so much fun with you today. Can't wait to see you next month to see what we're having next time. Take care.